John Beltran back at the Digger Dome in Brush. Here's the starting lineup for the Estes Park Bobcats. They go with 3 Cerrones in the game, so that's not going to be too easy. Andrew, Isaac, and Ben Cerrone. Isaac is 6'3", sophomore guard, along with Andrew, a 6-foot senior guard. And Ben Cerrone, a 6-foot senior guard forward. Also out there, Taylor Marshall, a 6-foot senior guard. And Josh Hayes, a 5'10" senior guard. The Beat Diggers going with senior Mitch Tormolin at 6'3", along with 4 juniors, Randy Baker, Jeffrey Dunker, Jake Brown, and Trey Cranston. Opening tip brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Ingmeyer Phillips can help you with home care. How about home car, health, or life insurance questions or needs? Tip is controlled by the Beat Diggers. Here's Jeffrey Dunker with a basketball. Picked over there by Andrew Cerrone. Dunker on the outside right to Baker. Baker looking down low. At the top for Tormolin. Tormolin on the outside right to Cranston. Fakes the 3 at the free throw line. Now to Tormolin. Left corner for Brown. Dribbles to her right. Gets a pick. Cross-court pass to Dunker. Dunker with a basketball behind the three-point line. Behind his back. Right of the lane. Wants to pull up. Feeds it to Brown. And he was on the baseline. The Beat Diggers commit the first turnover on the opening possession. And here come the 3 Cerrones along with Marshall and Hayes for Estes Park. Marshall with a basketball. Looking. Lobs it to Isaac. Isaac on the left baseline, double dribbled. Check that. That was Andrew Cerrone. This is going to take a while. With 3 with the same last name. Dunker to throw it in, so neither team could even attempt a shot on their first possession. Cranston met at midcourt by Marshall. Crossover dribble towards the top of the outside. Left the chest pass to Dunker. Dunker lobs it to Baker, left baseline, fades from 5 off the glass, too strong, and there's a foul from behind by Mitch Tormolin. He went over the back. At 502 Ensign in Fort Morgan, B&B Appliance can help you save water, energy, and the environment without sacrificing quality and performance. Change for the better with B&B Appliance. Here comes Isaac Cerrone the other way. At the free throw line for Ben. Ben to Isaac on the give and go, puts it up around, no good, but he's fouled. And to the line will be Isaac Cerrone. And this Estes Park team is certainly solid inside. Randy Baker commits the foul. And to the line is Isaac Cerrone. Serving you the best coffees, lattes, and smoothies. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies. Open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. to better serve you and ready to make your favorite specialty drink or offer a sweet treat. Willow Coffee, Tea, and Smoothies, 921 Edison Street in Brush. First free throw is in and out. Second free throw is good for Isaac Cerrone. Estes Park with a 1-0 lead. 1 minute and 5 seconds into the game. Dunker on the outside right with the basketball. Bounce pass down low through Cranston. Picked up by Tormolin, who banks and scores. Unofficial assist and nearly a steal by Dunker in the backcourt. But here come the Bobcats the other way with the basketball. 3 in the air is up and in. And that is Taylor Marshall on the left wing. Estes Park 4, Brush 2. Cranston with the basketball at the top. Dribbling to his left, bodied up in the left corner for Tormolin. Free throw line, Baker, 15-footer, yes, for Randy Baker. And the Beat Diggers have deadlocked the game at 4 with 6:23 to go in the opening quarter. Here's the give and go down low. Back out here is Cerrone, and that would be Ben Cerrone. On the jump pass on the outside left to Hayes. Hayes lost the basketball, stripped in the lane, taken away by Tormolin. Here's Cranston, middle of the lane, bounce pass down low, tipped away. But here's Brown with the basketball. He lost it. Ball is loose on the floor. There's a tie-up, and the possession arrow is pointing in Estes Park's direction. And right now the game has gotten sloppy with 4 turnovers in the early going. 2 by each team. Here comes Marshall across the timeline on the outside right against Cranston, and he hands it off to one of the Cerrones. Back out a straightaway 3 is up, and that's off the back of the rim. It's missed by Isaac Cerrone. The rebound to Randy Baker is first. Baker to Dunker on the high right with a basketball. Cross-court pass in the corner towards Cranston. Instead, he threw it into the Estes Park bench. And the Beat Diggers now with 3 turnovers. Kyle Rosenbrock and Bryce Needon's about to check in for Jake Brown. And Trey Cranston only 2 minutes and 9 seconds into the game. And that's a good idea considering the lack of flow so far with the Beat Diggers. Marshall with a basketball on the outside right towards Andrew Cerrone. Cerrone dribbles by Dunker, then carried the ball clearly, lays it up too strong. Dunker with a rebound for the Beat Diggers. Dunker across the timeline by himself, dribbling left baseline, gets defenders in the air, scoops it up, no good, and then the ball is rebounded by Taylor Marshall. Marshall across the timeline at the top of the three-point circle, straightaway 3 in the air, is well short, and Kyle Rosenbrock has the Beat Digger rebound. Rosenbrock on the outside right, an up and down, very quick pace here. Bounce pass to Needens on the outside left. Needens with the basketball behind his back. Swings it on the bounce pass to the top for Tormolin. Lob down low for Baker. Foul from behind by Josh Hayes. First foul committed by Estes Park. Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan with locations in Fort Morgan and Brush is Equitable Savings and Loan. Need to throw it in. Needens in the right corner. Baker, his shot is up and in! That's a three-pointer for Randy Baker. Baker with 5. Brush 7, Estes Park 4. 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. At the top of the basketball, it's Isaac Cerrone. On the outside left to Ben Cerrone. Down low inside to Hayes. Hayes bodied up by Tormolin, leaning, backing it out. Here's a 3 in the air. That is up and in, and that is made by Ben Cerrone. The Bobcats have tied the Beat Diggers at 7 with 4:40 to go in the opening quarter. Needens pressured by Andrew Cerrone at midcourt. On the outside left to Tormolin. Tormolin looking down low at the free throw line. Rosenbrock down low for Baker. Scoops it up and in off the glass. And Randy Baker is red hot right now. Excellent pass by Rosenbrock. 9-7 Beat Diggers. 4:21 to go. Nearly a travel by Andrew Cerrone in the right corner. Baseball pass cross court taken by Marshall. Marshall into the lane all the way. Scoops it up and in. Taylor Marshall lofted it over Mitch Tormolin. We're deadlocked at 9. 4:08 to go. First quarter from Brush. A very quick pace. Jeffrey Dunker with the basketball. Crossover dribble right of the lane on the right baseline. Baseball pass down low. Tormolin scoops it up too strong. And the ball is loose on the floor. And there's a traveling violation. Even though it looked like Josh Hayes maintained the dribble. Now let's see if they're going to reverse that call. Because it looked like Hayes was maintaining the dribble. Yeah, they're going to give the ball to Estes Park. That was not a travel. That's a good call by the other official, overruling the one who called the travel. Here come the Bobcats the other way. Marshall back out to Isaac Cerrone. Left corner Marshall, 3 in the air, and that is off to the right. And Kyle Rosenbrock has the rebound. Rosenbrock into the front court. 3:42 to go first quarter. Brush 9, Estes Park 9. On the high right to Baker. Baker's got 7 points already. Gets a pick from Rosenbrock. At the top of the basketball, dribbling to his right. Back at the free throw line. On the outside left to Rosenbrock. Into the lane. Lofts it on the outside right to Needens. He'll take a long 3, and that's off the back of the rim. And the ball is tipped out of there, and it's taken away by Josh Hayes. Here come the Bobcats the other way. On the outside right with the basketball is Ben Cerrone. At the free throw line. Jump pass. Andrew Cerrone's shot is short. And the rebound of Jeffrey Dunker of Brush. Dunker with a second board. Cross the timeline. Long pass tipped away out of bounds. It'll stay with the Beat Diggers with 3:10 to go in the first quarter. Deadlocked at 9. And Josh Hayes is out. All the Cerrone stay in. Zach Pierce is into the game for Estes Park. Needens to trigger it in. Needens down low. Rosenbrock banks and scores to the left of the basket from 6 feet away for Kyle Rosenbrock off the inbounds pass. Brush 11, Estes Park 9. And there's a traveling violation by Ben Cerrone in the front court. Third turnover by the Bobcats. And to throw it into the backcourt will be Jeffrey Dunker. Committed to serving those in production. Ag, Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending. And for the best prices and special offers on top quality car parts and accessories, visit Central Auto Parts, 1001 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Now checking into the game is Josh Hayes for Ben Cerrone. I believe he's got some blood underneath his right eye, so he had to come out. Needens with a basketball. 11-9 Brush with 2:55 to go. First quarter. Needens looking. Bounce pass to Tormolin. Back out to Dunker. Just beyond the timeline. Swings it right side to Needens. Needens right baseline. Rosenbrock jump pass to Baker. His shot is up and in. Little 7-footer by Randy Baker. Baker has 9 in the opening quarter. Brush 13. Estes Park 9. 2:35 to go first quarter. Hayes with a basketball on the outside right to Cerrone. Cerrone leans from 14. That's around and good. That is Isaac Cerrone. He's got 3. The Beat Digger lead is down to 2. This Estes Park team could score. No question about it. Brush 13, Estes Park 11. 2:18 to go first quarter. Dunker at the top. Lobs it on the outside right to Baker. Swings it right corner. There's the 3 in the air. And that's good by Kyle Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock with 5. The Beat Diggers have their biggest advantage of 5 at 16-11. Approaching the 2-minute mark with the basketball. Andrew Cerrone in the lane. Scoops it up wildly and misses. But he's fouled by Mitch Tormolin. That's his second foul, and more than likely Tormolin is going to find a seat on the bench. Oh, check that. My bad. Kyle Rosenbrock instead. So Tormolin's going to stay in there unless he's being taken out now with 2 Beat Diggers waiting to come into the game. And the Andrew Cerrone free throws up and good as the left-hander delivers. Ben Mickey and Austin Garcia are in for Mitch Tormolin and Randy Baker. Second free throw upcoming for Andrew Cerrone with the Beat Diggers up by 4. Cerrone bends, shoots, and it's short. And the rebound to Rosenbrock. That's his third. On the outlet to Dunker. Chest pass in the front court to Needens. Down low towards Mickey. Tries to save it in off his hand out of bounds. Beat Diggers commit their 4th turnover. And pressure will be applied wide open as one of the Cerrones, and is taken down low, and then he's got to save it in and throws it back to a teammate who misses a three-pointer. That's missed by another Cerrone, and the rebound to Jeffrey Dunker. Dunker with his 3rd board. Into the front court is Bryce Needens. Left of the lane, in the lane, scoops it up and short. He had an easy one, and then we got a foul in the backcourt. I believe that was on Dunker as Isaac Cerrone grabbed the rebound. Dunker commits his first. The Beat Diggers with 3 team fouls. The Bobcats with 1. 1:36 remaining first quarter. Brush 16, Estes Park 12. Stubbs Gas and Oil at I-76 and Highway 39 in Wiggins. Don't delay and get there to see why Convenience is Stubbs' middle name. On the outside left is Andrew Cerrone. Bounce pass at the free throw line for Pierce. Intercepted by Mickey all the way. He scoops it up and in! Off the glass, Ben Mickey. With a beautiful move as Estes Park turned it over for the 4th time. Beat Diggers up by 6. Outside right, Pierce with the basketball. Steps to his left. Spins. Has the ball stripped by Jeffrey Dunker. Loose on the floor. Now in the front court. It's going to be picked up right baseline by Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock kicks it back out to Needens. Right corner for Rosenbrock. Right baseline to Dunker in the lane. Lean, shoots, short. Rebound is controlled over there. That was an elbow thrown by Isaac Cerrone. He should have had a foul called on him even though he did not connect. With a basketball is Isaac Cerrone. Bounce pass on the outside right to Hayes. 43 seconds to go. That was a blatant throw of an elbow. On the right baseline, the ball is out of bounds off the hands of Taylor Marshall. Turnover number 5 by Estes Park. I can't believe the officials let that go. I mean, there was no connection, but we saw a Brush girls game at Jefferson Academy where an elbow was thrown with no connection, and there was a foul called. Here comes Bryce Needens with 32 seconds to go. In the opening quarter, Brush is up 18-12 to Garcia. Garcia to his left at the free throw line in the lane. He's fouled on the drive to the basket, and he was fouled by Andrew Cerrone. That's his first. Estes Park with only their 2nd team foul. The Beat Diggers have 4. Garcia to the left of the basket to throw it in. Garcia looking, still looking, has to get rid of it. Lobs it to Rosenbrock on the outside right. Down low, went through everybody. Intended for Jacob Nichols, who just checked into the game. Here come the Bobcats the other way. Andrew Cerrone in the lane. Lost the basketball, stripped nicely by Needens. Now to Rosenbrock, ahead to Garcia. Garcia with the basketball, lost it. Lean, shoots, scores! Austin Garcia recovered and scored for Brush. Beat Diggers 20, Bobcats 12. 5 seconds to go. On the outside right, Cerrone. Back out to Isaac Cerrone. The 3 is around no good. Bryce Needens has the rebound, and that's the end of the opening quarter with the score. Brush 20, Estes Park 12 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. It'll be Randy Baker, Trey Cranston, Jake Brown, Jeffrey Dunker, and Mitch Tormolin for Brush. And Dunker's going to inbounds the basketball to Cranston. Estes Park late getting on the floor, and Cranston drives, and he traveled. The official placed the ball down. The Beat Diggers were on the court, and they got the ball in quickly, but Cranston traveled. Here's Isaac Cerrone with the basketball. Out there with Josh Hayes, Taylor Marshall, Andrew Cerrone, and Ben Cerrone. Isaac Cerrone on the outside right in the corner. Wide open. Marshall 3 in the air is good for Taylor Marshall. He's got 8 points in the game. And the Beat Digger lead is down to 5, 20-15. Baker in the left corner with the basketball, spinning in the lane to Dunker. Dunker's going to have to back it out. He does to Baker. Baker, middle of the lane, all the way, scoops it up off the glass, too strong. Ball is tipped around, and Baker has it on the right baseline. Leans from 7, and that is around and in for Randy Baker. Baker's having an all-star effort. He's already got 11 points in the game. 22-15 Brush. Cerrone in the lane, jump pass down low, scooping it up and in. Middle of the lane was Ben Cerrone. He's got 5. Brush 22, Estes Park 17. 7:05 to go second quarter from Brush. John Beltran with you as Dunker. Dribbles on the outside right with the basketball. Picks up the dribble. Right corner for Cranston. Cranston looking down low for Baker. Can't feed him. Cranston dribbles to his left. Back out to Tormolin. Tormolin on the high right towards the top in the left corner. Here is Ben. Check that. That is Baker. Pulls up from 16, and that's off the back of the rim. And a foul by the Beat Diggers as the rebound was controlled by Isaac Cerrone. That'll be the 15th foul as Jeffrey Dunker commits his second personal. And the Bobcats to throw it in with 6:44 to go second quarter. Look to the team at Valley View Villa for rehab, short-term or long-term care needs. 8:15 Fremont, 867-8261. There's a steal by Cranston. Cranston to Tormolin. Jump pass to Brown. Back to Tormolin. He banks and scores. Nice give and go there from Brown to Tormolin. The B-Diggers with a 24-17 lead, and Andrew Cerrone might have been fouled along the left baseline. He was by Jake Brown. That'll be the 16th foul. And for Brown, his first personal, as Estes Park wastes no time in getting the ball into the front court. Rosenbrock and Needens are in for Brown. And there are 6 B-Diggers on the court. Now Dunker's out. Dunker had a fabulous game against the Reds. He does have 3 rebounds in this game, but has not scored yet. Zach Pierce back into the game for Estes Park. There's a lob near the top. It's intercepted by Baker. Nice job by Baker. Into the front court. Down low. Scooping up. Missing an easy layup was Rosenbrock. And the rebound is controlled over there by Ben Cerrone. B-Diggers nearly had another bucket. Here's Andrew Cerrone lobbing near the top. That's intercepted by Baker. B-Diggers with a 3-on-3. Baker on the outside right in the right corner for Cranston. 16-footer off the back of the rim. Rosenbrock down low to Tormolin. Banks and scores as Rosenbrock came up with a huge rebound. Tormolin now with 6. B-Diggers by 9. 26-17. Straight away, 3 in the air is off to the left, and that's missed over there by Ben Cerrone as Trey Cranston grabs the rebound. This is up and down very quickly. Cranston with a 5-on-4, pulls up from 7. Short. Ball is tipped around. It's loose, and it's tipped to Randy Baker. B-Diggers reset. Baker at the free throw line. Left baseline to Needens. His layup is up and missed. And the rebound goes over to Taylor Marshall of Estes Park, his second. Marshall at the free throw line. Bounce pass towards Cerrone. Left baseline. Jump pass in the lane. It's tipped away, but taken by Zach Pierce. Zach Pierce with the basketball in the right corner. Here is Cerrone. Back out to Isaac Cerrone in the lane. Left baseline. Andrew Cerrone underneath the basket. Scoops it up. He misses, but he's fouled on that little double pump by Andrew Cerrone. That's the 17th foul, but it doesn't matter. It was a shooting foul anyway, as Bryce Needens made body contact. And Andrew Cerrone to the stripe. B-Diggers up 26-17. Don't let finances stand in your way of pursuing your college education. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session that will get you on the right track and find out what options are available to help you no matter what age you are at MCC. You can imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goal at MCC. 2 free throws are good for Andrew Cerrone. Jacob Nichols in for Brush. The B-Digger lead has been reduced to 7, 26-19, with 5:17 to go before the break. And Needens has the basketball for Brush, met at midcourt by Isaac Cerrone on the outside left to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock looking, swings it at the top for Nichols on the outside right to Cranston. Cranston cross-court pass to Rosenbrock, jump pass towards Baker, and it's tipped away, and it's intercepted by Estes Park. However, there's a tie-up, and the possession arrow is pointing towards the Bobcats. So they'll have the basketball down by 7 with 4:57 to go. This could be the first to about 70 or 80 points in this game, considering the pace. Isaac Cerrone to Zach Pierce at midcourt. It's a 3-on-3. Outside right to Ben Cerrone. On the outside left now for the first time in the game is Chris Moody. Moody at the top for Marshall. Marshall dribbles by Baker, pulls up from 7, and that's short. And the ball is tipped around, and Rosenbrock chases it down in the corner. Rosenbrock with his 5th rebound on the outlet to Cranston. Cranston just beyond the timeline, picks up his dribble, looking, bounce pass on the outside right for Baker. Brush 26, Estes Park 19. Rosenbrock in the right corner, looking, still looking. Back out to his left to Baker on the high right. Baker dribbles towards the top of the three-point circle, now retreats on the outside left towards Cranston. A very errant pass, but Cranston's able to track it down. Cranston with the basketball. Here is Needens on the outside right, into the lane, leans, shoots, scores! Bryce Needens from 7 feet away, and the B-Diggers now lead 28-19. Needens with his first points. 4 minutes to go, second quarter from Brush. Here is Moody. At the top for Ben Cerrone on the outside left to Pierce. Fakes the 3, steps in, straight away to Ben Cerrone. Jump pass on the outside right for Isaac Cerrone against Rosenbrock. In the left corner, Marshall. He'll take a 3, and that is no good. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Jacob Nichols. Nichols to Needens. The B-Diggers have a 3-on-3 working. Needens will pull up for 3. Yes! For Bryce Needens, a beautiful release for the junior. And the B-Diggers are up by double digits, 31-19. 3:30 to go, second quarter. Andrew Cerrone, check that. That's Ben in the lane all the way, scoops it up and in, and he's fouled. Or did he travel? Yep, it's a traveling violation. Correction. Estes Park turns it over for the 11th time. Baker is out, and Garcia with that ailing ankles into the game. Brush 31, Estes Park 19. With 3:23 to go, second quarter from Brush. Cranston across midcourt, behind his back against Chris Moody. Maintains the dribble, bounce pass on the outside right to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock looking down low. Maintains the dribble at the top for Nichols. Nichols on the outside right to Needens. Needens picked up by Andrew Cerrone, cross court to Garcia. Garcia dribbling to his right. Now feeds Cranston. B-Diggers being very patient on this possession. In the right corner for Nichols. Dribbles to his left. Towards the basket. Shoots and he misses. Hit nothing but glass. And the rebound controlled by Zach Pierce of Estes Park is first. On the outside left is Chris Moody with the basketball. Moody at the top for Andrew Cerrone. On the outside left to Ben Cerrone. Cross-court pass to Moody. Moody at the free throw line in the lane. Backs it out to Marshall. Marshall runs into Cranston. Offensive foul as Cranston absorbs the contact. Marshall with his first foul. That is turnover number 12 for Estes Park. The B-Diggers with only 7. Keeping community banking simple and committed to their community. Morgan Federal Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. B-Digger basketball. Needens with 2.5 to go towards Nichols near the top. Nichols against one of the Cerrones. That pass cross court tipped away by Andrew Cerrone. He lays it up and in. Andrew Cerrone with an excellent play. He's got 5 points in the game. Brush 31, Estes Park 21. 2:13 to go, second quarter. Garcia bounces at front court to Bryce Needens on the outside right. Needens gets a pick from Nichols at the free throw line in the lane. Pulls up from 14. Off the back of the rim. Ball is tipped around into the hands of Taylor Marshall. Marshall quickly across the timeline. Bounce pass inside and Horning. Check that. That's Pierce who bounces it off the glass and scores. The B-Diggers down to an 8-point lead. 31-23. 1:51 to go before the break. Garcia with the basketball, right of the lane, forces it up, partially blocked. That's a terrible shot. Marshall has the basketball. On the outside right, here is Andrew Cerrone in the lane, jump pass, and the shot is up and missed over there by Zach Pierce, and the ball is loose on the floor, and it's still loose, and Jacob Nichols trying to tie up the Estes Park Bobcat. I think they're going to call a foul on Nichols. They do. That'll be the 18th foul on Andrew Cerrone with a 1-and-1. So to the line. That should be the 18th foul. They're not going to inbound it. The officials got to know that. They're ready to inbound it on the side. Or underneath the basket, I should say. And Andrew Cerrone with a 1-and-1. He's 3 out of 4 from the stripe in this game. The free throw is up, and that's perfect. And Estes Park staying in this game. They're on a 5-0 run, 31-24. With 1:33 to go, second quarter. The lefty spins, shoots, and scores. It rattles around several times, but it goes down. Estes Park is on a 6-0 run. It's a ball game once again, 31-25. With 1:26 to go before the break. Cranston on the high left with the basketball. Near the top for Garcia. Jump pass to Needens. He'll pull up for a 3, and that's well off to the right. Rosenbrock with a rebound. Foul from behind by Taylor Marshall. Marshall with a second personal. But it's only the 14th foul. To inbound it will be Garcia. So they still have 3 fouls to give. Or 2 fouls to give, I should say. Garcia lobs it in for Nichols. Nichols lost the basketball, got it back. Jump pass to Rosenbrock. Feeds Nichols. He'll lay it up, and he misses an easy layup. Rosenbrock saves it in beautifully to Cranston. 3 in the air. That's well off to the right. Rosenbrock chases down another rebound and gets it back into Austin Garcia. Rosenbrock with 8 rebounds in the early going. Here is Needens, cross court to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock now at the top. Back to Garcia with 53 seconds to go. Garcia bounce past Rosenbrock. He'll take the 3, and that's in and out. Nichols with a rebound. He feeds Rosenbrock, who banks and scores. What a gorgeous pass from Nichols to the cutting Rosenbrock. B-Diggers back up by 8, 33-25. Cerrone in the lane, scoops it up, and an offensive foul. He ran over Bryce Needens. Andrew Cerrone with a second personal. That is turnover number 13 for Estes Park, and the B-Diggers can go up by double digits on this possession with 37.9 seconds to go, up by 8. Nichols is out and Jake Brown is in. You don't have to close on your house alone. Northern Colorado Title at 130 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan will provide you with a stress-free closing. Northern Colorado Title. Needens left of the lane, picks up the dribble. Then he bounces it off a Bobcat. Then he puts up a shot, and that's around and good. Took a high bounce off the front of the rim, and Andrew Cerrone is hurt. I think he took one in a very sensitive area as timeout is called. Needens has 7 points all in the quarter. And he's struggling right now. That's an area that you can't get hit in, at least not initially, to recover. Apparently, Cerrone tried to knock the ball away, and in doing so, got part of his anatomy that really hurts for a while. The Bee Diggers now lead by 10, 35-25. With 21 seconds to go, Marshall at midcourt with a basketball, picked up by Cranston. Marshall will set it for the last shot. We're down to 12 seconds to go. Marshall on the outside right to Isaac Cerrone. Cerrone with 8, straight away to Moody. Here's Marshall faking the 3 steps in, 15-footer, and that's no good. And the rebound and the putback is up, and that's missed by the Bobcats. And here's another putback up and in at the buzzer by Ben Cerrone. The Bee Diggers did not box out. However, they've got the lead going into halftime. Brush 35, Estes Park 27. It's a 3-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Jeffrey Dunker, Mitch Tormolen, Randy Baker, Jake Brown, and Trey Cranston to begin the third for Brush with a 35-27 lead over Estes Park for the Bobcats. It'll be Andrew Cerrone, Ben Cerrone, Isaac Cerrone, Taylor Marshall, and Josh Hayes. Bee Digger basketball. Cranston gets it into Dunker. Dunker on the high right against Andrew Cerrone. Bounce pass at the top for Cranston. On the outside left, Baker penetrates left baseline. Leans, shoots, and misses off the back of the rim. Rebound, Tormolen banks, and he misses, but he's fouled. Mitch Tormolen to the line. His first rebound of the game, oddly enough, despite the fact that he's a rebounding machine. Isaac Cerrone commits his first foul. Bee Diggers can go back up by double digits, but the free throw is in and out. Second free throw upcoming for the senior, Mitch Tormolen. He bends, he shoots, and that one is around and good. Tormolen with 7 in the game. Brush 36, Estes Park 27. Marshall with the basketball, met by Cranston at midcourt. Bounce pass on the outside right to Isaac Cerrone. Isaac Cerrone at the top for Hayes. Down low, here is Isaac Cerrone in the lane, and his shot is blocked out of bounds by Tormolen as he was double-teamed by Tormolen, and Brown had no shot there. Should have kicked it back out, but Estes Park retains possession, and Hayes to throw it in. To the left of the basket is Hayes. On the outside right to Cerrone. Now to Hayes. Jump pass to Ben Cerrone. He puts up a 3, and that is off to the left, and Jeffrey Dunker grabs the rebound, his 4th for Brush. The Bee Diggers have led by as many as 12. They're up by 9 with 7:15 to go, third quarter. Here's Baker getting a pick. Leaning at the free throw line. Outside right, Cranston, 15-footer, is off to the left. And the rebound is controlled by Isaac Cerrone, his 4th. Into the front court. Cerrone is stripped by Cranston. Here comes Cranston with 1 to beat. All the way, scoops it up and in! Cranston, coast to coast, for his first points of the game. Brush 38, Estes Park 27. Hayes with the basketball, the top of the outside left for Ben Cerrone, guarded by Tormolen. Here is Cerrone. He fakes the 3, steps in the left corner. There's a 3 in the air, and that's good. As Jake Brown was right on top of Isaac Cerrone, but he drilled the triple anyway. He's got 6. Brush 38, Estes Park 30, 6:35 to go, third quarter. Dunker on the outside left to Cranston. Cranston looking, lobs it inside to Baker. Baker lost the basketball as it was tipped away initially by Isaac Cerrone. 9th turnover for Brush. Here is Hayes on the outside left to Isaac Cerrone. Spinning in the lane, scooping it up, he traveled. That is turnover number 15 for Estes Park. And it will be Bee Digger basketball. Cranston to throw it in. Gets it into Baker, and Cranston will direct traffic for the Bee Diggers. Cranston on the high right. Kicks it up top to Dunker. On the outside left, Baker. Baker in the lane. Puts it up from 10. Good. Straight away for Randy Baker. Too easy for Baker, who had separation. He's got 13, 40-30. Down low as Hayes lost the basketball underneath the basket. Gets it back. Tormolen tips it into Baker. Tormolen with an excellent play. Here's Baker over to Dunker. He scoops it up, and he misses off the back of the rim. And the rebound to Taylor Marshall is 5th. On the outlet with the basketball is Andrew Cerrone. Cerrone on the outside right at the free throw line. Back out to the other Cerrone. His 3 is good. That's nailed by Ben Cerrone. He's got 2 triples in the game and 10 points. Estes Park is hanging around here. Brush 40, Estes Park 33. 5:35 to go in the third. Dunker with a basketball against Andrew Cerrone. Right in the lane. All the way. Scoops it up off the glass, and he misses, but he's fouled. And to the line will be Jeffrey Dunker. It appeared the contact was made over there by Ben Cerrone. That's his first foul. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East at 1209 Main Street in Fort Morgan, will professionally fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East. Dunker's free throw is in. 41-33. Brush, second free throw, perfect. B-Diggers up by 9 with 5:27 to go in the third. Hayes on the outside right with the basketball to Isaac Cerrone. Over to Marshall, back to Ben Cerrone. Here is Isaac in the left corner. Long three in the air, and that is missed. Missed over there by Josh Hayes. The strong side rebound controlled by Trey Cranston. Cranston by himself into the front court. Jump pass down low. Leaning is Baker, and he misses the shot. Rebound to Tormolen. He fades and misses. Ball is loose on the floor. It's taken by Marshall. The other way, here come the Bobcats. Here's Andrew Cerrone all the way, scoops it up and misses the layup. Jake Brown with a rebound for the B-Diggers, still leading 42-33, 4:53 remaining third quarter. In the right corner, Dunker with a basketball, dribbling to his left behind his back against Andrew Cerrone. Dunker now towards the timeline, crossover dribble into the lane, pulls up from 12, and that's off the back of the rim, and the rebound is controlled by Josh Hayes of Estes Park. B-Diggers maintain the 9-point advantage. Andrew Cerrone on the outside left. Near the top to Ben Cerrone against Tormolen at the free throw line. Bounce pass to the left corner to Hayes. Hayes dribbling to his right, nearly tied up by Dunker. Long three in the air is well short by Ben Cerrone, and the rebound to Jake Brown is second. On the outlet to Baker, the B-Diggers can go up by double digits once again, up by 9 with 4:15 to go in the third quarter. Dunker met by Andrew Cerrone on the outside right, at the top for Cranston. Cranston to Baker at the free throw line, in the lane, slashing his way. Shot blocked. Tormolen has the rebound, and he scores off the glass. Tormolen, right place, right time. Tormolen now with 9 in the game. Brush 44, Estes Park 33. The Marshall 3 is off the back of the rim, no good. And the ball is being fought for. It's out of bounds. It is off of the Bobcats. It's B-Digger basketball. Bryce Needens and Kyle Rosenbrock are into the game for Jake Brown and Trey Cranston. And the B-Diggers are always fresh. And Estes Park knows that. They call a 30-second timeout. They've got to slow this thing down because they're not as deep as the B-Diggers. With the B-Diggers up 44-33 with 3:52 to go in the third quarter as Brush is going for its 12th win of the year, the 5th in the Patriot League. Stop, shop, and save with all of your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. The Brush grocery cart at 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. Brush is almost matching their biggest lead. They were up by 12 late in the second quarter, 31-19. Estes Park came back with a 6-0 run, but the B-Diggers have extended the lead once again, going up by double digits. We'll reset the B-Digger lineup, which includes Jeffrey Dunker, Kyle Rosenbrock, Bryce Needens, Randy Baker, and Mitch Tormolen. Isaac Cerrone, Taylor Marshall, Ben Cerrone, Andrew Cerrone, and Josh Hayes for the Bobcats. B-Digger basketball. Dunker, met at the top. On the outside right to Tormolen. Bounce pass on the outside left to Baker. Baker now to Needham. Straight away, 3 in the air. It's off to the left. And the ball is loose on the floor. Rosenbrock dives for it, but it's going to be picked up by Josh Hayes of Estes Park. Hayes with his 4th rebound. Trapped in the backcourt. Bounce pass to Marshall. Crossing the timeline. At the top against Needham. Outside left here is Hayes. Penetrating left baseline. Knocked out of bounds from behind by Dunker. Bobcats retain possession underneath the B-Digger basket. And to throw it in will be Hayes. Hayes looking. He's looking for a cutter. Has to lob it near the top to Isaac Cerrone. Cerrone against Rosenbrock. Left to the lane. Bounce pass. And a traveling violation as it was taken by Andrew Cerrone. And then he shuffled his feet. The Bobcats have committed 17 turnovers. The B-Diggers with 9. Austin Garcia and Ben Mickey are back into the game for Mitch Tormolen. And the other B-Digger who went out, looked like it was either Cranston or Brown there. Needens on the outside left to Baker. Baker dribbling towards the top, right of the lane, pulls up from 12, around and no good. And the ball is loose, and it's tipped into the hands of Isaac Cerrone, his 5th rebound. Long pass to Andrew Cerrone. Looked like he was fouled from behind, and it scoops off the glass, and he puts it up and in. Cerrone scores a very strange play as the ball ricocheted off the glass after looked like some contact was made, but no call, and then he just picked it up and scored. Estes Park down by 9. Garcia in the lane, scoops it up, around and in! Austin Garcia with a strong move down the middle of the lane. That ankle doesn't look too gimpy right now. 2:33 to go, third quarter. 46-35 Brush over Estes Park. Here's Isaac Cerrone in the lane. Leans, shoots, misses, fouled. And to the line is Isaac Cerrone with 2:28 to go in the third quarter. The Beat Digger foul was committed by Randy Baker. That's his second. Your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard is Ackley Building Center, which carries appliances. Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush. The free throw is in by Isaac Cerrone. First free throw is taken by Estes Park in the third quarter. Second free throw is up, and that's in. Brush's local Napa and Hardware Hanks and Small Engine Repair Shop is Hometown Auto and Hardware at 1305 Edison Street in Brush. Chris Moody is in for Josh Hayes for the Bobcats. 46-37 Beat Diggers. With under 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter from Brush. Needens at midcourt. Front court bounce pass intercepted by Andrew Cerrone. He's fouled by Bryce Needens. And he's going to go to the line. He tried to put up that shot. That was poorly executed. Baker did not come back to the basketball, and Needens threw a lazy bounce pass. The Beat Diggers commit their 10th turnover. And for Needens, that's his second personal. Andrew Cerrone to the line to shoot two. He can make this a 7-point game as the left-hander spins, shoots, and he connects. Accidents or illness can strike at any time, day or night, and when they do, every second counts. As a Level 3 trauma center, Colorado Plains Medical Center is ready to handle any kind of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center bringing quality care to the community. Cerrone is 2 for 2 from the line there. 46-39. Needens just beyond midcourt. Lob pass in the corner for Ben Mickey. Dribbling left baseline. Pulls up, and that shot is short. Missed it badly. Taylor Marshall with a 7th rebound. Jump pass into the front court to Moody. Moody in the left corner. Now to Ben Cerrone. Back out to Moody. 15-footer. He bricked it. And Randy Baker grabs the rebound for the Beat Diggers, his fourth. Brush up by 6, 46-39. A minute 52 to go in the third. Bounce pass to Mickey inside. Scoops it up. He's fouled as he misses. Nice pass from Needens, who drove into the lane. And the foul was committed over there by Isaac Cerrone, his second. Ben Mickey to shoot two. So Mickey at the stripe. Free throw is up, and it barely got to the rim. Letter jackets, T-shirts, and more. Bijou T-Quest at 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan for all of your sports apparel. Bijou T-Quest. Second free throw, and that's much better. It's in. Beat Diggers up by 8 over the Bobcats of Estes Park. 47-39 with a minute 47 remaining in the third. Beat Diggers right now into man-to-man defense. With the basketball down low off the entry pass is intercepted, intended for Andrew Cerrone, poked away by Baker. Here's Rosenbrock with the basketball on the outside left, dribbling towards the top, picks up the dribble, spins, back out to Garcia, guarded closely by Moody. Garcia to his right, jump pass at the top for Needens, intercepted by Andrew Cerrone. He'll put it up and in off the glass. Again, another lazy play by the Beat Diggers, and Cerrone has got 6 in the quarter, 13 in the game. It's 47-41 Brush. Led by as many as 12. We're down to 6 with a minute 12 to go. Needens on the right baseline. Backs up, wants to shoot. Feeds it inside. Tipped away. Ball is loose. It's intercepted by Andrew Cerrone. It's a 3-on-4. He's going to have to back it out. Here's a Marshall 3, and that's off the back of the rim. And the rebound to Bryce Needens, his second. Beat Diggers have got to compose themselves over the final 55 seconds of the third quarter, up by 6. They've been outscored by only 2 in this quarter. At the top, Mickey with a basketball. At the free throw line, Baker down low for Rosenbrock, right through his hand somehow. That was a perfect pass. Here's Isaac Cerrone spinning all the way, scoops it up and in off the glass, off the spin move. Cerrone has 7 in the quarter, 10 in the game. The Beat Digger lead is down to 4. 47-43, 33 seconds to go in the third. Garcia leans, shoots, and he misses on a forced shot, but it's tipped out to Baker. Baker's going to put it up from 12, and that one is short. And the ball is loose, and it's taken by Needens, 3 in the corner, and that one's off the back of the rim. Rosenbrock tried to get the rebound. Instead, it went off of Needens out of bounds. How many opportunities can the Beat Diggers have? They had a ton there and could not convert. With 17.5 seconds to go, Estes Park can make this a 2 or 1 point game. They'll have the final possession more than likely. And they're right back into the game, down by 4. Isaac Cerrone on the outside right with 10 seconds to go. Crossover dribble. Cross court to Moody with 6. With 5. Dribbling to his right is Andrew Cerrone. Jump pass to Isaac Cerrone. Left of the lane. 15-footer. Good for Isaac Cerrone. And that is the end of the third quarter. Cerrone scored 9 in the frame. Brush 47. Estes Park 45. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Estes Park is 8-6 on the year, but they're giving the Bee Diggers everything they can handle. 47-45, Brush going to the fourth. Bobcat basketball. Marshall to throw it in. Marshall lobbing it into the front court to Isaac Cerrone. On the outside left here is Moody. Down low for Cerrone. Ball poked away. Intercepted by Tormolen. Here come the Bee Diggers the other way. Here is Brown to Cranston. He overthrew it. The Bee Diggers turn it over. It is Dunker, Brown, Tormolen, Cranston, and Baker for Brush. The Cerrones are out there with Taylor Marshall and Chris Moody for Estes Park. The lob inside. It's poked out of bounds by Cranston, intended for Andrew Cerrone. The Bobcats are on a 6-0 run as we go to the fourth here. 21 seconds in. Marshall to throw it in. Still looking. Lobs it at the top for Ben Cerrone. Fakes that 3 steps in. Jump pass to Isaac Cerrone in the right corner. Down low, scooping it up and missing, but a foul. I think it was Chris Moody who's going to go to the line. He can tie the game. Jeffrey Dunker commits his third, and the Bee Diggers have fallen apart here over the last 2+ minutes. Now, Chris Moody has not scored in the game, but he can tie the game with 2 made free throws, and that one is off the back of the rim. Stop, shop, and save with all of your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. The Brush Grocery Cart, 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. Second free throw is in. It's a 7-0 run for the Bobcats. Brush 47, Estes Park 46. 7.5 to go from Brush. Dunker in the lane. He's cut off. He fades. He shoots. He misses. And the rebound, it's still loose on the floor. And I think we got a foul. I think Dunker was fouled from behind as he went for the ball. And he's fouled over there by Ben Cerrone. Nice job of diving for the basketball by Dunker, who had the position. The Bee Diggers have 3 team fouls. Estes Park now with 4. 3/4 court. Dunker to throw it in. Bee Diggers badly need a bucket. They're in an offensive slump right now. The bounce pass to Cranston, and they've also not played well with some of these passes that they've thrown. 2 lazy passes. Dunker dribbling right baseline underneath the basket. Scoops it towards the top to Baker. Left of the lane. All the way. Baker shoots and scores. Little 3-foot leaner for Randy Baker in traffic. He's got 15. Brush 49, Estes Park 46. Here is Cerrone in the lane, off the glass and in. Easy move to the left of the basket by Isaac Cerrone. He's got 14 in the game. Brush is up by 1, 49-48. Cranston out of control, but he's going to be fouled on the floor. Nice job by Trey Cranston. It looked like if he wasn't going to get the call, there could have been trouble. Taylor Marshall commits his third. 15 foul. The Bee Diggers might be taking quite a few free throws here down the stretch. Brown is out and Rosenbrock is in. 49-48 Brush. Bounce pass right baseline to Tormolen. In the lane, Baker fades and scores! From about 10 feet away for Randy Baker. Baker was 17 in the game. He had 11 at halftime. 51-48 Brush. Andrew Cerrone in the right corner. Here penetrating as Marshall kicks it back out to Moody. On the outside left to Cerrone. Here is Ben Cerrone, stripped over there by Rosenbrock, but he gets it right back. Outside left, wide open. Isaac Cerrone, 3, in and out. But the rebound is controlled over there by Moody. Estes Park resets. Here's Isaac Cerrone to Andrew Cerrone. Kicks it back out. The Isaac Cerrone 3, and that's good. And the game is tied. Well, the Bee Diggers are not earning this now, except Baker. He's playing very well offensively. Deadlocked at 51. Here's Cranston, free throw line, 15-footer off to the left. And the rebound into the hands of Isaac Cerrone, his 6th. On the long pass, here is Andrew Cerrone. Kicks it back out to Moody. At the top for Marshall. 5:53 to go in the game. Dribbling to his right is Ben Cerrone. And then the pass intended over there for Andrew Cerrone. Intercepted. Here's Baker all the way, scoops it up and in. Off the Estes Park turnover, and Baker's got all 6 points for the Bee Diggers in a quarter. Steal, Cranston to Dunker. He banks and scores, and he's fouled off another steal by the Bee Diggers. Dunker to the line just like that. The Bee Diggers scored 4 points in a span of 5 seconds. And the foul was committed by Chris Moody. And what a feed by Cranston. Dunker to the stripe. Brush just like that, up 55-51. Now they're starting to earn it once again. And that's what defense can do for you. Off of 2 turnovers, the free throw is back rimmed. And the rebound is controlled by Ben Cerrone. Estes Park wants to run. Here's Taylor Marshall, left baseline, kicks it back out to Andrew Cerrone. Fakes the three, spins at the free throw line, into the lane, between his legs, backs it out. Isaac Cerrone, three in the air, and that's off to the left. And Mitch Tormolen with a strong rebound for the B-Diggers. On the outlet to Trey Cranston. Cranston over to Baker, left baseline shot is around and no good. And the ball is into the hands of Taylor Marshall of Estes Park, his 8th rebound. Marshall into the front court in the left corner. Pass is tipped out of bounds by Rosenbrock. It will stay with the Bobcats with 5:12 to go. Brush 55, Estes Park 51. And to throw it in is Cerrone over to Moody. Moody against Dunker between his legs at the free throw line in the lane. Has to kick it back out to Isaac Cerrone. Leans, shoots, and he scores, and he's fouled. Isaac Cerrone to the line to shoot one. He's got 7 in the quarter. And let's see, there should be a B-Digger foul based on that call. Fouls on Tormolen. That's his second. 55-53 Brush. And Zach Pierce is into the game for Chris Moody. Estes Park will not go away. Now the free throw for Isaac Cerrone is in the air, and it's a 1-point game. It's good. And he is destroying Brush right now. 17 points in the second half, 20 in the game. Rosenbrock into the front court with 4:55 to go. And we've got a timeout called by the B-Diggers. Brought to you by Greg Maughan at State Farm Insurance. They'll help you find the best policy to fit your life. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Maughan a call. 842-4555. It will be B-Digger basketball. 4:54 to go in the game, with the B-Diggers leading 55-54 as we approach the top of the hour from Brush High School. This is 1010 KSIR. Brush, Fort Morgan, Greeley. I'm John Beltran. The B-Diggers are trying to extend their 3-game winning streak. They led 31-19 late in the second quarter. But Isaac Cerrone has destroyed Brush here in the second half. As I mentioned, 17 of 20 points. Randy Baker playing very well for the B-Diggers. He's got 19 in the game. The B-Diggers have 14 fouls, and the Bobcats with 6. So this will go down here to the final 4 minutes and 54 seconds. A very tight game like the girls' game we had last night, won by Brush 48-46 in overtime on 2 Bailey Crates free throws with 4.9 seconds to go. In the backcourt, Cranston throws it into Dunker. Dunker across the timeline on the outside right to Rosenbrock. At the top now for Tormolen. Man-to-man defense being applied here by Estes Park. Cranston at the free throw line, looking, lost the ball, but then he picked it right back up. Cranston looking. Near the timeline to Dunker. B-Diggers are going to slow this thing down and play it at their pace. Swings it right side to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock with a basketball near the top for Tormolen, looking for Baker. And we've got a foul on the floor. That'll be the 17th foul. Randy Baker was being held in the lane by Zach Pierce. So Baker to the line, and free throws are going to be huge now. The B-Diggers did not attempt a free throw in the opening half. They are 4 out of 7 so far here in the second half. And the Baker free throw is up, and that's short. And the rebound to Ben Cerrone, his 4th. Here's Marshall. The Bobcats can take the lead with 4:21 to go in the game. Marshall on the outside right to Isaac Cerrone. Body by Rosenbrock. Bounce pass to Marshall on the high right. On the high left now to Ben Cerrone. Behind the three-point line. Gets a pick. Cross court to Andrew Cerrone. Leaning and shooting and scoring is Zach Pierce. A 10-footer for Zach Pierce, and the Bobcats now lead 56-55. Under 4 minutes to go in the game. On the outside left, Bryce Needham's into the game. Pulls up left baseline. Shot is no good. Rebound and put back is missed by Rosenbrock. Here's Dunker in the lane. Puts it up, and he misses. Rosenbrock back up and in. Well, the B-Diggers with tons of chances, but they're finally able to convert there, and Rosenbrock scores. And now we have a steal in the right corner, or did we not? Rosenbrock stripped it away, but he was out of bounds. Bobcats retain possession with the B-Diggers in the lead, 57-56 with 3:40 to go from Brush. Bobcats to throw it in the right corner. Overhead pass at the top. Here is Ben Cerrone in the left corner now for Marshall, dribbling towards the top of the key. In the lane, 12-foot pull-up off the glass and in for Taylor Marshall. He's got 10. Estes Park 58, Brush 57. 3:25 to go in the game. Dunker with a basketball, crossover dribble against Andrew Cerrone at the free throw line, left of the lane, and we've got a whistle. And that's a 3-second violation against Brush. The Bee Diggers have turned it over for a 15th time in the game. And Randy Baker, who has played very well, is out. It's Rosenbrock, Needens, Tormolen, Dunker, and Austin Garcia. As we approach the 3-minute and 15-second mark, Bobcats 58, Bee Diggers 57. On the outside left, Marshall with a basketball, stripped by Needens, but he gets it right back in front of the Estes Park bench. Marshall on the outside left, down low in the lane for Pierce, back out to Andrew Cerrone. Cerrone in the lane, and did he travel? He did. Took that hop step in the lane. Turnover number 22 for Estes Park. The Bee Diggers with 3:01 to go can reclaim the lead. They were up at one point, 31-19. They trail 58-57. Here is Jeffrey Dunker, met at midcourt by Andrew Cerrone on the outside left for Needens. Needens at the top for Tormolen. On the outside right to Garcia. Back to Tormolen, lobs it down low for Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock banks and scores as he had position on the defender. Rosenbrock now with 11. Brush 59, Estes Park 58, 2:38 to go in the game. Pierce in the left corner, inside for Ben Cerrone. Cross-court pass tipped out of bounds by Needens, intended for Marshall. Bobcats retain possession with 2:34 to go. You knew as well as Randy Baker was playing, his rest would be short-lived. He's in for Jeffrey Dunker. And to throw it in three-quarters court will be Marshall. Bee Diggers need a stop here. Over to Pierce. Pierce on the outside right gets a pick, picks up his dribble. On the high right, here's Ben Cerrone with a basketball. Cerrone in the left corner for Marshall. Dribbles to his right, left of the lane. Over to Ben Cerrone through his hands, headed towards midcourt. Here at the top is Pierce with a basketball. And the net pass is intercepted by Baker. Baker with a long pass. That one is intercepted by Marshall. And then we got a foul. The Bee Diggers got to be more careful than that. Randy Baker commits the foul. That's his third. Boy, in this game with time running down, inside of 2 minutes and 15 seconds, can't throw it away. And the Bobcats call a timeout. We'll take it with them. 2 minutes, 14 seconds to go in Brush. It is Brush 59, Estes Park 58 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Bobcats have the basketball and a barn burner here from Brush. Estes Park trails Brush 59-58. And to throw it in is Andrew Cerrone to Taylor Marshall, just beyond midcourt, guarded by Bryce Needens. Out there with Baker, Rosenbrock, Garcia, and Tormolen. Marshall picks up his dribble at the free throw line for Isaac Cerrone, who's got 17 points in a quarter, tipped away by Needens, but taken away by Andrew Cerrone, then fouled by Randy Baker, but that's only the 16th foul. Baker with his fourth personal, though. That's big because he's played very well for Brush this afternoon with 19 points. With a minute 58 to go. Taylor Marshall to throw it in underneath the basket. In the left corner for Isaac Cerrone. At the top for Ben Cerrone. In the left corner, Isaac Cerrone, three in the air. That's well short. And the rebound to Kyle Rosenbrock. That's his 11th on the outlet to Austin Garcia. Bee Diggers have got to take their time on this possession. Rosenbrock with a basketball with a minute 41 to go. Guarded by Isaac Cerrone. Dribbles towards the top. Into the lane. Wants to pull up. Left baseline. Tormolen at the top. Needens straight away three. And that's around and no good. Taylor Marshall with a rebound. That could have been the dagger there. Still a 1-point game. Zach Pierce with the basketball in the left corner. Minute 25 to go. Over to Marshall on the outside right to Ben Cerrone. In the left corner, here's Isaac Cerrone. Down low to Ben Cerrone, and he's fouled in the lane, and he will shoot two. Mitch Tormolen committed the foul. With a minute 19 remaining in the game. And Tormolen with his third foul. And here is Ben Cerrone to shoot two. He can tie the game and then give Estes Park the lead. The first free throw's in the air, and that's good. Brush 59, Estes Park 59. Pierce is out, and Chris Moody is in. This will be a hard-fought victory for whoever wins this game. Second free throw for Cerrone is up, and that one is good as well. Estes Park 60, Brush 59 with a minute 17 to go in Brush. The Bobcats are looking for the victory here, looking for a mini upset, although they've had a pretty good season, but not as good as Brush. Tormolen jump pass to Rosenbrock. Down low for Baker, off the glass and in! Nice cut by Baker! Off the feet from Rosenbrock. Baker with 21 in the game. He's got 8 in the quarter. Brush 61, Estes Park 60, 58 seconds to go. And on the left baseline, Ben Cerrone dribbles the ball out of bounds. His foot was on the line, actually. Turnover Estes Park. That's their 24th. We have 57 seconds to go. Let's see, the Bobcats are going to foul once the B-Diggers get across midcourt. Dunker nearly fouled into the front court on the left baseline. Dunker's going to have to back it out. Bounce pass down low for Baker, scoops it up, and he misses. And the ball is loose on the floor. It's still loose, and it's taken away by Isaac Cerrone. Here come the Bobcats the other way. Then the ball's nearly thrown away, and it is intercepted by Baker. Baker's going to slow it down with 35 seconds to go. Bobcats might have to foul. And instead, we have a timeout by the B-Diggers, brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. Off the errant pass in the front court by Estes Park. 32.9 seconds to go. And the B-Diggers lead the Bobcats 61-60. I got to tell you, it's hard to believe that Estes Park has lost 6 games this year. I mean, they have really come to play in this one. They are 4th in league play, so it's not like they've been a scrub. And as I mentioned coming into this game, they had won 3 of their last 4 games after starting off 5-5. So the B-Diggers will have the basketball. Both teams have 17 fouls. It'll be a 1-and-1 with the next foul. Brush 61, Estes Park 60. Tormolen, Garcia, Dunker, Rosenbrock, and Baker for Brush. Moody, Ben Cerrone, Andrew Cerrone, Isaac Cerrone, and Taylor Marshall for the Bobcats. Just beyond midcourt, Garcia to throw it in. Got to have good passes here and got to come back for the basketball. Pass in the backcourt to Dunker. And they're backing off just a little bit, but somebody's going to have to foul for Estes Park. Dunker into the front court with 26 seconds to go. Dribbling towards the top, into the lane. Dunker feeds it to Garcia, kicks it back out to Tormolen. Here's Rosenbrock, now to Baker. Baker with 18 seconds to go. Near the timeline to Rosenbrock on the outside right to Garcia. Lob towards Baker. Baker's fouled. And he's fouled by Taylor Marshall with 13.2 seconds to go. And Randy Baker to the line. He's 0 out of 1. Baker has scored, check that, 8 of the 14 points for the B-Diggers in this quarter. So 1-and-1, the free throw is up, and that's short, and the ball is tipped around it still, and Tormolen has got it, and a timeout. B-Diggers call another timeout after Tormolen was nearly tied up. A huge rebound by Tormolen. 13.2 seconds to go. And the B-Diggers will inbound it. How many times have we talked about free throw shooting this year for the B-Diggers? It has failed them miserably again. They are 4 out of 9 from the line. Brush has championship material, but not when you're missing free throws down the stretch. You get fouled, you make 2 free throws, you're going to force Estes Park to nail a 3 to tie the game. But if you don't make it, the Bobcats have a chance to win the game. Underneath the basket, it'll be inbounded by Austin Garcia. Garcia looking. Still looking. Lobs it near the top towards Dunker, and Dunker's going to be fouled with 11.5 seconds to go by Ben Cerrone. Oh, here we go. Another 1-and-1. That's the 19th foul. Dunker is 2 out of 3 from the line. Let's see if he can make the free throw. This one's up, and that one is off the back of the rim, and the rebound is controlled over there by Isaac Cerrone, and the Bobcats call a timeout. You got to be kidding me. 4 out of 10. Well, the Bobcats will have a chance now. Both the girls' game last night and the boys' game this afternoon going down to the wire. Last night, Estes Park had a 46-41 lead with about 30 seconds to go. Amanda Dill missed a layup. Jordan DeLaurier on the other end hit a jumper. B-Diggers came up with a steal. Shelby Wolliver hit a 3 to tie the game. Then the Bobcats missed another shot. Bailey Craich was fouled with 4.9 seconds to go. She made 2 free throws. And the B-Diggers were able to escape with a come-from-behind 48-46 win. Here they've had a chance to go up by 3 points on 2 separate occasions, but have missed back-to-back front ends of the 1-and-1. And this Bobcat offense is very dangerous. 61-60. You get a bad feeling about this because of the fact that Brush had 2 chances to at least make it a full 1-possession lead. Now they've just got to come up with 1 big defensive play, and they're a very good defensive team, And now a timeout called by Ken Garcia, brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. We will keep it right here. This is a huge game for the Beet Diggers in this league because Estes Park has already lost to Sterling. That was a game on January 12th, 49-43. So the Beet Diggers essentially have to match what Sterling has been doing until they play on February the 19th. And that's why once you get to the regional tournament, even if the games are here for the Beet Diggers, anybody can beat anybody. Estes Park is not a top 10 team in 3A. But they're playing like one right now on the road. All right, so here we go. Again, Baker, Tormolen, Garcia, Dunker, and Rosenbrock for Brush. Andrew Cerrone, Isaac Cerrone, who's got 17 of 20 points in the second half. Ben Cerrone, Taylor Marshall, and Chris Moody for Estes Park. One stop will give the Beet Diggers the victory. One basket could give Estes Park the win. In the backcourt, Moody with a basketball. Over to Taylor Marshall, crossing midcourt with 7 seconds to go. There's a timeout with 6.5 seconds remaining. So they will set up for the final shot. We'll keep it right here. Wow, this is drama at its best. 2 days in a row, both involving Brush against Estes Park. Brush 61, Estes Park 60. The Beet Diggers took the lead on a bucket by Randy Baker, who's got 21 points in the game, 8 in this quarter. Brush led by 12 in the opening half. Bobcats took a brief 1-point lead. In fact, on a couple of occasions here in the fourth quarter. And they basically started this comeback late in the third when they were down by 8 and closed the third quarter on a 6-0 run. And it's been back and forth here over the last 7 minutes and 53.5 seconds because we're down to 6.5 to go. The Beet Diggers have broken the huddle. They're back on the floor. You got to watch out for Isaac Cerrone. He had 3 points at halftime, but he scored 9 in the third, and so far he's got 8 points in the fourth. One shot to win the game for the Bobcats. Just beyond midcourt, Taylor Marshall to throw it in. Looking in the front court, still looking. Lobs it towards the right corner, but falling down was Isaac Cerrone. He thought he was knocked down. The ball goes out of bounds as Austin Garcia helps him up. And no time should have gone off the clock. It should be at 6.5 seconds to go. The Beet Diggers are getting a break there. Nobody's looking up at the clock. That's 5.3 seconds to go. The ball was never touched. Garcia to throw it in the backcourt to Tormo, and he's fouled with 4.2 seconds to go. That's poor coaching by Estes Park. That's just very poor coaching. The ball was never touched when it was thrown in. The clock started, but it shouldn't have started because Isaac Cerrone just fell down going for the ball. The foul, by the way, was committed by Ben Cerrone. That's his fourth. Tormolen to shoot 2. It's the double bonus with 4.2 seconds to go. I can't believe the Bobcat coaches didn't see that. The free throw is off the back of the rim and off to the left. Second free throw coming up. This free throw shooting has been horrendous for Brush. Here comes the second one for Tormolen. That's up in the air, and that one is good, but they can win it with a 3. And we've got a timeout called by Estes Park. 4.2 seconds to go. And that's why that 1.2 seconds that ticked off the clock, that's a mistake by the Bobcat coaching staff not catching that. I mean, why do you have 3 guys over there? You have 3 coaches over there. You know, not that I don't want the Beet Diggers to win, but you've got to notice that. If that happened to Brush, you got to notice that. That's a huge error. Because right now they could have 5.4 seconds to go in the game instead of 4.2. And we know that in the stretch of a basketball game, every 10th of a second makes a difference. In this case, it was 12 tenths, or 1.2 seconds. Brush 62, Estes Park 60. And the Bobcats will have to throw it in from the backcourt. So they'll be lucky to get 2 passes, maybe 2 passes. That's why I have to wonder about the clock. Why are they starting the clock when the ball is inbounded? That clock is supposed to be started, unless I'm wrong, but it should be started when the ball is touched inbounds. And the ball was definitely not touched inbounds. And to throw it in is Ben Cerrone. And here at midcourt, Taylor Marshall with 2, with 1. He's going to put up a 3, and it's off to the left. Off the inbounds pass to Marshall, and the Bee Diggers have won the game over the Estes Park Bobcats. 62-60, a 2-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back at Brush High School where the Beat Diggers have defeated the Estes Park Bobcats 62-60. Welcome to the Beat Digger postgame show. It's brought to you by Buildings by Design. Buildings by Design in Brush takes pride in their workmanship and quality of their relationships with clients. For a free bid, call Pat Walter or Travis Lefevre, or Pat Walter, that is, 842-5837. Building today's business. Buildings by Design. The Beat Diggers led 20-12 after 1. We're up by 12 in the second quarter, 31-19. It was 35-27 at the break. And then Brush got outscored 18-12 in the third, making it 47-45. Both teams scored 15 in the fourth, and the Beat Diggers, after Taylor Marshall missed that three-pointer off to the left, escape with a 62-60 win. Let's go through the individual totals for the visiting Bobcats. 20 points for Isaac Cerrone. He scored 17 in the second half. 13 by Andrew Cerrone. Ben Cerrone with 12. 10 for Taylor Marshall. 4 points for Zach Pearson. 1 for Chris Moody. The Beat Diggers had 3 players in double figures, led by Randy Baker with 21. 11 for Kyle Rosenbrock. Mitch Tormolin with 10. Bryce Needon scored 7 in the game. 4 apiece for Jeffrey Dunker and Austin Garcia. Ben Mickey with 3. And 2 points for Trey Cranston. The turnover situation in favor of the Beat Diggers in terms of fewer turnovers, as Estes Park had 25 in the game, and the Beat Diggers with 16. Rebounding, the Beat Diggers had 35-11 by Kyle Rosenbrock. And for Estes Park, they had 29 rebounds, unofficially 9 by Taylor Marshall, 8 by Isaac Cerrone, as the Beat Diggers moved to 5-0 in Patriot League play and 12-1 overall. Estes Park drops to 3-3 in league play and 8-7 on the season. Now from the free throw line, a major difference where the Beat Diggers were just awful. 5 out of 12 in the game, 41%. Estes Park kept themselves in the game with the free throw shooting. They were 14 out of 17, and they shot 84% in the game. Again from the free throw line, as the Beat Diggers picked up a big win, their 4th consecutive win, and by far really their closest game since they lost to Yuma a couple of Mondays ago, 55-49. Beat Diggers will be back in action coming up on Tuesday at home against the Highland Huskies, a team not with the firepower that we saw out of the Estes Park Bobcats, but the Beat Diggers did just enough to come away with a victory here in Brush. And, of course, our next game will be on Tuesday when the Brush girls are in Alt against the Highland Huskies. Coming up at 6:30, we'll wait just a couple of minutes to see if head coach Ken Garcia joins us. Obviously, his blood pressure's got to be way up after Brush had to survive in this game against an Estes Park team that would not go away, even when the Beat Diggers got off to the 20-12 start and then extended that to a 12-point lead late in the second quarter. But Brush got a little bit sloppy with their passing. They did rally to win the game, but a myriad of mistakes. I mean, sometimes you get to wake-up calls in victories, just not losses. And the Beat Diggers might have gotten a big wake-up call as they held off Estes Park by a score of 62-60. The Beat Diggers, by the way, shot all of their free throws. All 12 of the free throws came in the second half. And now we're joined by head coach Ken Garcia as the Beat Diggers move to 12-1. 12-1 on the season after this win here at home over the Bobcats. Let's see if we can fix things up here. I think I've twisted around this headset way too much. Let's get this going in the right position. Hopefully I don't pull out my own. And we'll readjust here for the coach as the Beat Diggers came away here with a very hard-fought win. I know I shouldn't have put this together. But then again, not everything looks pretty, even up here, broadcasting the game, and that certainly was part of the case, unfortunately, on the court. Coach, sometimes you got to win a little bit, I don't know if you would call it ugly or, with a myriad of mistakes here and there, but you made just enough plays and with a 3-point miss at the end, you come away with a win. Just your initial thoughts on this game that must have had your blood pressure spiking there in the final minutes.
It certainly did. I thought that we took control of the game early, and then we let it slip away, and we just didn't do what we needed to do. And I was worried about this game, right from the start, because they're a quality team in terms of shooting, and they've got good athletes. That if you let them hang around, then the game's going to be a crapshoot at the end. And we fell into that trap. That's the style of game that Estes wants to play, and we needed to do a little bit better in what we did.
I mean, didn't their half-court game seem like a full-court game? I mean, they quickly got it into the front court. As soon as the Bee Diggers possessed the ball, put my head down to write a number, whether it be a point or a rebound, the ball was already in the front court, which you rarely see out of most teams. But Estes Park moved the ball quickly across that timeline.
Yeah, that's certainly their game. That's what they want to do with the athletes that they have. Very quick, can jump and certainly maneuver through the defense. And, again, the first half we took a couple of charges, and we worked on that in practice because I knew that was going to be a key. The first half we played a lot better. Second half we didn't get any charges. We had some good positions at times, and the official thought it was a block. Those things are 50-50. But, we worked hard enough, and I told the guys at the end, I said, lesson learned. We've got to be able, when we get a lead, we've got to be able to secure it, keep it, extend it, or else we're going to let teams back in, and then it's going to be anybody's game down at the end.
Hard to believe this team was 8-6 going into this game, considering the talent level. They don't have much of a bench, but with those Cerrones out there, Isaac Cerrone has scored 17 of 20 in the second half. Looks like they've got a lot of firepower offensively.
They've put up some big numbers, 100 and something and 80 and 80. So, I mean, when you push the ball up as fast as they do, you're going to get more shots. And they want quick shots. They want to put it up, and they want to challenge you on the offensive rebounds and then get easy ones inside. So, that's their style of game. And, that style of game, you can come in and you can catch somebody, on a given day and beat them. On the other hand, if you're living and dying with that three and you have an off day, if one or two of those kids have an off day, then you're gonna get paid back on the other side of that and lose by 20 or 30.
Well, wasn't that a strength of your offense in this particular game? You weren't trying to take too many outside shots. You had that cut by Baker to the basket for a layup. A lot of short-range shots that your team was making for the most part. I know it didn't happen throughout the course of the game, but when you needed those short-range shots and those cuts to the basket, it looked pretty productive.
Yeah, I thought we had some physical size that we could control inside on these guys, and so we tried to use that to our advantage and use that as much as we can. A couple of times they stole the ball from us because we were being a little lazy with it, and that's exactly what our kids need to understand is that nobody's going to let you have it. You're going to have to earn it, and every possession we got to go out there and earn it. And we didn't do that. We did that enough. Obviously, we got the win, but it wasn't the quality win that I was looking for.
Final thing, Coach. I'm sorry to bring this up ad infinitum, but Estes Park takes 17 free throws. They miss only 3. Your team takes 12 and misses 7. Does that change what happens Monday in practice? I know you go through the free throw line over and over and over. You can't recreate those situations in practice, so I don't think it's a matter of talent. It's probably not a matter of practice. Is it something you can do in practice, or just crossing your fingers, knowing the talent you have, that when you get in a similar situation again, that these players who are good free throw shooters can actually make these free throws throughout the rest of the regular season and into the playoffs? Because let's face it, when you're playing games like this, whether it be a regional or state tournament, it could be a free throw or two that makes the difference.
Well, certainly, in practice you can try to simulate as much as you want to. A couple of times in practice, as a matter of fact, just, coming into this game, at the end of practice, I said, all right, you make this free throw and we don't run, and they go to the free throw line and, they miss it and then we run. And, so, we try to simulate those situations, but again, nothing can compare when you're actually in that situation and there's a clock up there and the fans are in here and some people are booing at you and, all those other things, that it's a mental and it's a physical thing that we just have to continue to progress, work in practice, simulate it as much as we can, and prepare. And that's the biggest thing. As long as we're preparing and we're getting these kids in the right situations, then either they come through or they don't come through. And again, tonight we missed a number of free throws again. Monday we'll put it back on the practice plan. We'll continue to practice it. We'll continue to simulate what we can in terms of game situation, and then we'll let these kids come out and play. And then we'll let our practice and our preparation, come out and determine what happens in the game.
Ken, always appreciate the time. Congratulations on a clutch win.
Thank you.
That's Brushhead basketball coach Ken Garcia. The Beatniggers come away with a 62-60 victory over Estes Park. They're back in action on Tuesday right here against the Highland Huskies. Sound engineer and producer of Brush Beatnigger basketball has been Rose Condis. I'm John Beltran. The final score once again from Brush. A tight one, but the Beatniggers come away with a victory over the Estes Park Bobcats. 62-60 right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.